Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 105 of the series For My Family, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. After Asiye is transferred to prison, Omar and Yulcan attack Sarp. Others barely manage to hold them back. To prevent the situation from escalating, Akif guides Shaval and their children towards their car. Şengül follows Akif and asks him, "Didn't this woman kill her husband? Why couldn't you convince her to withdraw her complaint?" Akif lowers his head and says it was Shaval's hand in the death video, and he couldn't threaten her. Akif approaches Ayla and reproaches her, saying, "Did you get involved with Shaval? Why did you give her that video?" Ayla insists she hasn't done such a thing and recalls yesterday when she returned to the office to retrieve her tablet, finding it unlocked. She realizes Shaval sent that video to herself. Akif angrily removes the video from Ayla's tablet. Everyone gathers in the children's room, worried about Asiye. Asiye, in prison, continues to cry, longing for her family. One of the female inmates asks a guard for permission for Asiye to talk to her family for 2 minutes. Everyone is delighted to hear Asiye's voice and assures her they'll find a way to save her, but no one has hope that Sarp will retract his statements. At night, Nabahat goes to Shaval and Sarp's house under the pretext of asking about their well-being. She intends to delete the video from Shaval's phone, but Shaval grabs her wrist, saying, "Did you think I believe a woman whose husband is in love with me suddenly came to check on me?" Nabahat retorts, "Aren't you ashamed? Akif did so much to help you avoid jail." Shaval replies, "Don't worry, I won't die in front of the police. The one with a miserable story is your husband, Akif, not me." The next morning, Orhan and Omar go to see the lawyer. The lawyer says the only way for Asiye to be free is for Sarp to retract his statements, otherwise, she will face up to 15 years in prison. Omar decides to confront Sarp. Sado, the woman, returns to Susan's house and tells her that her husband sent a video a few days before his death, instructing her to deliver it to Susan. Susan is shocked to hear Sado's words. Omar and Orhan go to Shaval's house, and Omar pleads with Sarp to reconsider. He says, "You know Asiye is innocent, but that's not important to you. This is just a game for you. But it's about Asiye's life. Kill me, but don't harm my sister. I beg you." Sarp, enjoying Omar's distress, says, "Your time is up. Have a nice day," and walks away, indifferent to the situation. Susan, infuriated, approaches Shaval, saying she knows everything and is going to the police right away. Shaval grabs Susan and says, "I'll get Asiye out of prison. Ahmed won't come back, but Asiye is still a young girl with many dreams." Susan reluctantly agrees. Shaval goes home and tells Sarp that she had collected money from parents for school expenses, deposited it into her account, and Susan found out. She threatened Shaval and demanded Sarp to retract his statements. Otherwise, she would go to prison, and her credibility would be destroyed forever. An hour later, Asiye is released from prison. Everyone thanks Susan for convincing Shaval. At night, everyone gathers at Orhan's house to celebrate Asiye's freedom. When Susan is alone, Akif and Nabahat approach her, asking how she managed to convince Shaval. Susan narrates the story of Sado's video, and when Akif realizes Sado didn't mention his name, he feels relieved. The next morning, when Nabahat sees Yaman waiting for Akif for a meeting at a hotel outside the city, she seizes the opportunity. Nabahat tells Yaman that Akif is running late and asks him to go with Susan so they can be alone. When Akif arrives, Nabahat explains what she did, and Akif approves of her plan. Nabahat suggests involving Soraya to take advantage of Yaman's interest. In school, Susan is upset to hear that everyone had a small celebration without informing her, and she sulks. Omar apologizes, trying to mend their relationship, but Susan claims he always forgets about her. To ward off misfortune, Fatma summons 2 fake spiritual healers who, at the right moment, make Şengül and Fatma unconscious and steal from their house. Şengül asks Helmia to invite them to her house to catch them. Şengül, Fatma, and Helmia attack them with sticks and maces when they arrive, but the women manage to escape. Şengül takes Helmia's father's car and chases after them. After finishing their meeting, Yaman and Sizin plan to return to Istanbul but find their car is damaged. They are forced to stay in the same hotel until the repairmen arrive. Sizin posts a playful photo of herself and Yaman, and Akif shows it to Soraya mischievously. Soraya, angered by Nebahat's words about Yaman's proposal, seeks revenge. The next night, Asiye is released from prison. Everyone gathers at Orhan's house to celebrate her freedom. Sizin, Nebahat, and Akif discuss how they convinced Şevval. Night falls, and when Nebahat sees Akif looking content, she becomes suspicious. Akif explains that he has a business meeting. On Lydia's first night at work, she eagerly joins Omar, but he delegates the tasks to her, stating he has taken leave. Lydia, disappointed that Omar pays no attention to her, harbors resentment. As the night progresses, Fatma and Şengül haven't returned home, causing concern. Shortly after, the police contact Helmia, informing her that her father's car has been found abandoned. Orhan and Aybiku rush to the police station anxiously. Thinking of Yulcan, Omar goes to Susan's room with 3 balloons to cheer her up. However, Yulcan, preoccupied with chatting with Susan while holding the ladder, accidentally lets go, and Omar falls. Susan, laughing, goes down, hugs Omar, and forgives him. Late at night, Yaman and Susan engage in conversation. Yaman tells Susan, "You are a beautiful and delicate woman, but always melancholic. You can talk to me." Susan prefers silence, and Yaman, influenced by her, wishes to spend more time with her. However, Susan retreats to her room. Akif is busy decorating the villa for Soraya. Soraya sends another message to Nebahat, revealing that her husband is cheating and is currently at the villa. Nebahat rushes to the villa, shocked to find Akif waiting for another woman. In disbelief, she confronts him, asking, "Who is this woman? What are you doing with her?" Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.